Hi everyone, this is just a quick video to help you with some limit questions. Just kind of before we start, just a note about notation. When you see the a plus or kind of this positive exponent, it means we're approaching our graph from the positive side, so we're looking from the right hand side. So essentially coming in towards it from the right. And if you say a minus, that means we're coming in from the negative values, so from the left. So we're kind of approaching that way. So I just have a bunch of examples to go through. Hopefully these examples will kind of help you out. So for the first one here, I want to look at my function from an x value of -2. So I kind of find that here and then look up to my graph. Okay, so I want to see how my function is approaching an x value of -2. Now there's no exponent on this, right? I'm not asked for the negative or positive, so I'm just asked for the overall limit. And in this case, both of my sides are actually coming into the same y value. So I can say here that my limit is +2. All right, if I looked at my x value of 2, yeah, both sides were coming into the same y value of 2. Now for my next one, I want to approach my graph from at an x value of 0, but from the positive side, right? So that means I'm looking at things from the right-hand side. So I can essentially ignore this whole left-hand side of my graph. It really doesn't matter. What I want to do is approach 0. I'm approaching kind of this point here from the right-hand side. Okay, so if I follow my graph from the right-hand side, looks like I'm getting towards that point. So I'm approaching a y value of 0. Now my next question, I'm asked again for the limit as x approaches 0, but this time from the negative side, so this time from the left-hand side. So I'm still kind of coming towards this spot, but I'm going to take the left piece of my graph instead. And this one, both of our sides are going to the same, which is fine, but it's important, using that negative is telling me, okay, I need to go from the left-hand side, so from the left of that point. So that's 0 as well. Now f of 0, there's no limit. I'm just asked for f of 0. So what's the value of the function? What's the y value of my function at 0? So that I don't even care about where the lines are going. I need to see where's my actual point. And in this case, my point, where my function is actually defined, is at a y value of 1. So moving on, we've got a bunch of 2's coming up next. So I'm looking at the limit of f of x as x approaches 2. And again, this minus means from my left-hand side. So 2, okay, that's kind of this point here. And I want to go from the negative from the minus side. So I'm approaching from the left-hand side of the point. And it looks like I'm going towards a y value of 2. Sweet. Okay. For f, I want just f of 2. Again, this is where is the actual point? Where is my y value? So if I look above 2, there's nothing actually colored in, right? I've got this hole, but when I look above 2, there isn't actually a point. So I can say this is undefined or this does not exist. Let's go with undefined. Right, there's no point. If I had something down here, that'd be different, but for this example, how it is, undefined. Okay, G is a little interesting. I'm asked for the overall limit as x approaches 2. So again, when there's no exponent, when I'm not asked for the right or the left side, I'm thinking, well, what's my overall limit? Right, I'm thinking what's happening on both sides. I need to consider both sides. Okay, so I know that my left-hand side, I know that that's coming up to a y value of 2. But if I kind of look on the right-hand side of 2, if I kind of look at this space, my function isn't actually defined in that area, right? I don't have anything between 2 and 3. So if I don't even have a right-hand limit, how can I have an overall limit? So I would argue for this one, this is also undefined, or you can say the limit does not exist. D and E is good. Okay, moving ahead to h. So looking at the limit of the function as x approaches 3, and this positive meaning from my right-hand side. So 3, that's right here, and I want to go from the right-hand side of that point. So coming in this way. That looks pretty good. I think that's approaching a y value of 1. For my next question, f of 3, I'm looking where is my function actually colored in, where's my dot, and that's at a y value of 1. And then j, my overall limit as x approaches 3. Again, there's nothing in between 2 and 3. So this one, I know my limit as x approaches 3 from the negative side does not exist. So my overall limit at 3 also does not exist. Hope that helps clear things up with limits. Please feel free to ask me any other questions. I'm happy to give more examples, make more videos. Good luck!